All right, guys. Before we get started and get into questions about the game, just want to briefly address our team statement during the national anthem and just say that we will continue to bring attention to systemic racism and the injustice that our Black communities are enduring. And we will continue to demonstrate our convictions to support and uplift our Black communities. This decision was made by players and coaches collectively. It was a well thought out process and a stance that supports our belief in making a meaningful change. As far as the game goes, obviously disappointing loss. I just think, we came down here, felt like we were ready to go in all three phases, and just hurt ourselves. Hurt ourselves was offensively with some penalties and some miscues here and there. Obviously got off to a fast start, made a lot of, had a lot of yards in the passing game, made a lot of plays, throughout the game, but not enough to win the game. And defensively, at times we look good, but we just struggled.
They give us no time to set this up. They literally give us about a minute to switch.
And then special teams, we had the one missed field goal. So we'll learn from this. It's one game. It's hard. I mean, division road game. You want to start out with a win against a division opponent on the road. That would have been big, but we learn from it. We move on. It's one game, and we'll get better, and we'll be ready to go next week.
Kevin Bowen.
Frank, Minshew was 19 of 20. What did you see the issues pass defense-wise and him getting into such a rhythm?
Yeah.
I mean, he just did a good job with the short, controlled passing game. Had some good play action stuff. He's a very accurate guy. I mean, that goes back. He's always been – you look at his college tape, he's a very accurate passer. Jay Gruden did a very good job, and they executed well on offense.
Zach Kiefer.
Frank, Phillip had two really costly interceptions. Were those things – these are the mistakes he made last year. Were those things you guys were willing to live with? And what's your concern level at the quarterback spot, considering those really killed you?
Yeah, I don't have any concern. I mean, obviously, the first interception, that's on me. It was a bad call. It was the wrong call. Set the formation the wrong way. That was on me. They played a two-man trap, which they haven't shown, which was not on tape, and obviously we watched a lot of tape on them. So good job by them in mixing it up, and I made it even harder by putting the formation into the boundary, and made it easier for them to make that play. So that was just bad by me. So Phillip made some unbelievable plays on third down, some plays to keep drives alive, for us to score the points that we scored. I have no concerns about Phillip. We got to all play better on offense.
George Bremer.
How concerned are you with the running game today? I think 88 yards. I know that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, no, we never got quite into the rhythm there for maybe a variety of reasons. We were having some success early in the pass game. We had a lot of chunks in the pass game, and felt like we were almost moving the ball at will, and felt like we couldn't be stopped on offense. I really felt that way. Felt like Phillip was really deadly accurate, and we're making plays. Parrish made a bunch of plays, and ball was getting spread around. So we just didn't dial up a couple runs, that we sometimes do. But that'll change game to game.
Joel Erickson.
Frank, the whole thing with Phillip, though, you guys didn't want to put him in a position where he had to win games. So I feel like the passing game was the only thing that was going good today.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because I felt like we were having success in the passing game. So, the run game really never got into a rhythm. And so, that's just like I've said this a million times. There's some games we're going to throw it a little bit more. We felt like we had good matchups in the secondary. I mean, we got a lot of respect for them, but, I felt like our receivers were running well and we were throwing it well, and we were making plays and moving the ball. So I'm not concerned about the run game at all.
Stephen Holder.
Frank, can you give any update on Marlon? And then related to that, after he went down, You sort of rode Naheem a little bit for a little while there before you really got Jonathan involved. Can you kind of address that approach as well?
Yeah, no, first of all, on Marlon, he does have an Achilles injury. He's going to get a scan tomorrow, so we'll update you when we know more. That's all we know for right now. Yeah, we got a lot of confidence in Naheem, and so just get him rolling a little bit. He was doing a nice job. Kind of gives us, we were throwing the ball a little bit more, so leaving him in there for that was another reason. And got a chance to get Jonathan in there a little bit and get his feet wet. And from all I could tell, obviously got to watch the tape, but thought he did a good job.
Greg Doyle.
Hi, Frank. Two questions real quick. One is the fourth down play to Naheem Hines, the run. You must have liked it. You called it. What do you think about that? The result, I guess. And then the second question is the winning touchdown they scored, zone coverage bust up. What do you think happened?
Well, on the first question, yeah, we loved that play. And obviously it was ill-advised. That was our, as far as the red zone runs that we had in this week, that was one that we just felt really good about. It was going to be our number 1 2-point play. We liked it in general down there. I got to see the tape to see exactly where the breakdown came. But, it's a run that we run a fair amount all over the field. Thought it was going to be a good call, but they just outplayed us on that play and out-schemed us, obviously, as coaches. I'm not sure, Greg, about the miscommunication we had on the zone coverage on the go-ahead touchdown. I have to see the tape on that one, but it obviously looked like we had a miscue, and I didn't ask Flus what happened because I was thinking about the next series of what I was going to call, so I really didn't follow up on that yet.
We'll go 4 more. Mike Chappell.
Yeah, on that 4th and 1, was that just a case of a chance to go up 2 touchdowns early and sort of, I don't want to say put your foot on their throat, but what was the thinking on going for it, not so much to play?
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, that's the thing, and be aggressive. For what it's worth, it was a strong go in all the analytics charts. In our analytics charts, it was a strong go. I was feeling that anyway. Like I said, it felt sometimes you use the chart, but then you also got to gauge it based off the play that you're going to call. And and I just felt like, that play was going to work, but it didn't. So got out coached and outplayed on that play.
Phil B.
Yeah, Coach, it seemed like there was something going wrong, just a little bit here, a little bit there, it all added up. How much do you blame that on yourself or on coaches as opposed to players? Because there weren't a lot of mistakes, but there were just enough to get you beat.
Yeah, anytime you lose, there's enough blame to go around for everybody, coaches and players. And the way it works best is when we all take responsibility. Obviously, as a head coach, you take the most responsibility. You got to get your team ready to play and get them ready to execute. And so we didn't get that done today. I really thought, the way we came out and went right down the field, I thought it was going to be a good day. But 60-minute game, and we just didn't get that done.
Watch to go. Just last question here, Charlie Clifford.
Thank you.
Coach, on the decision for you to kneel before the game, how did that come about, and what was that moment like for you?
It was just a decision that we made, that we talked through as a team. It doesn't matter where it all started, but we talked through what we were going to do. That was one of the things that we talked about. We thought it was a unique way to express what needs to be done. Where someone like myself, a white leader, would kneel out of a posture, not of, as the statement said, not of defiance, but out of humility, to acknowledge that some work needs to be done, that we can't leave things the way they are. And it takes all of us, everybody, but certainly white leaders really have an opportunity to step up and make a big change as far as systemic racism is concerned. So that was the decision. It was a collective team decision. We all felt like that was the right statement. And, but we all agreed that, the real substance, the other substance, I shouldn't say, is what we're going to do. and how we're going to serve the community that we live in, how we're going to serve the Black communities that we live in, and really put actions to words.